some vocal issues. 1 second while I check my mic. And we're going to talk about how to win the money game and get back to the basics. So, guys, how to win the money game. And this is something that a lot of young people, Gen Z, is especially is either going to experience, or the older Gen Zers are already experiencing, right? And guys, it's a numbers game, okay? It's a numbers game. And it being a numbers game, what that really translates to is that we live in a world where if you don't have enough money, you're going to end up feeling trapped, right? I don't think anyone enjoys living paycheck to paycheck. I don't think. And guys, it's a. I'm sorry about that. So, it being a numbers game, guys, you don't want to end up in a situation where you are losing the money game. Okay, so if you grew up with older parents, or if you grew up in the United States, you were probably told that you have to go to college, get a degree so that you can get a job. And the reason that you were given this information is because that was the rules of the old society. That was the play in order to be successful 30, 40, 50 years ago. But now we're living in a world where more and more jobs are increasingly difficult to get into. There's more people fighting to make large amounts of money, but very few people actually making it. The cost of living is really high. So you have more people with college degrees versus if you have parents that's in their 60s or 70s or even late 50s, there in their generation, it was less people with college degrees. So therefore, if you got a college degree, supply and demand, you were in demand because the supply was low. Whereas in 2025 and beyond, 2020 and beyond, 2030 and beyond, you have a huge number of young people with college degrees. You have a lot of young people with higher education. So the demand is not as great for it because could these companies and corporations, they have the choice of picking anyone in the world because we live in a global society, guys. So I am going to discuss how to win the money game. And I can speak on this issue because I am in the process of changing my financial story. Now, if you are in a situation where you experience some discomfort, I want to share something with you, okay? I want to share something with you. 1 second. You are not alone, okay? If you feel and think that your student loans is over your head and as a result you won't be able to get out of debt, if you think and feel as though car payments, medical bills, your debt is just astronomical and you can't get out, that's what the game is about. The game is to make you feel as though it's not enough time on the clock. So when you see these huge numbers like 50,000, 60,000, 100,000, it's designed to make you look at this large sum of money and say, how can I can't do that. I can't pay that off, right? But if you divide that by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, meaning years, right? So let's say, for simple numbers, if a person had $100,000 in debt, if they divide that by 4 years, that's easy. $25,000 a year. Okay. And then if we were to divide that by 12, that's about $2,083 a year, right? So a lot of people have these huge student loans debt. And in having student loans is designed, and it doesn't have to be student loans. It could be medical debt. It's designed to make you feel stressed, right? So I want to show and tell you how to get over this, right? If you're experiencing this, don't give up. It's not the end of the world. And I can really speak on this, guys, because I'm in the process of paying off a student loan balance of $60,000 for my college degree. I should be finished with paying off my student loans, which is my only debt, by 2027, right? And one thing a wise person always told me when it comes to calculating time is that, do you know that that time is going to pass anyway? So if you are experiencing this discomfort and you think 4 years of me paying $2,000 a month, or 520 dollars weekly, like that's so much money. But what you're not thinking about is that, guess what, that time is going to pass anyway. That time is going to pass anyway, you guys. So debt is designed to make you feel trapped, and actually to trap you. So what we need is a step-by-step plan to pay off debt faster. We need to learn what other successful people have done in order to pay off debt. And we want to learn how to build wealth after becoming debt free. Okay. And so, whether you've got $1,000 or $100,000 in debt, this guide is your first step towards financial independence and a life of freedom. Share this TikTok video, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And you can leave a money sign in the comments if you're watching this video. You can hashtag debt-free journey, escape the rat race, financial freedom. Whatever you want to put, just type it in the comments because it'll really help with the algorithms. Okay.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with. What the fuck? So Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool fucking time to Venmo me, bro. I owe $90,000 and I didn't even spend that much on school. Any rich person, please tap in. Kourtney Kardashian, you probably have 8 houses. I'm never gonna be able to buy one because I went to college. I just signed up to be an egg donor. Guess what? Got approved. Who wants my fucking kids? I can't afford them, so start a bidding more. Just fucking take them. What do you want? My left arm too? What the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm gonna be in debt for my whole fucking life. How does that even make sense? I signed up for this shit when I was 17. This should not be legal.
Okay, guys. So if you are feeling emotionally charged, you need to find a quiet place to think. Okay? A quiet place to think. Do you know why? You need a quiet place to think so that you can shape your thoughts. So this lady is really upset because she had $3,000 in student loans and she thinks that her life is over. And I can relate to her. I relate to that. I felt the same way. I felt the same way, guys. And I graduated university. And it's normal to look at your life and think, how am I going to pay this off? This is unfair. Somebody help me. Help me. But listen, you have to help you. This is what your education is for. It's up to you to save you. No one is coming to save you. And no one should save you. It's up to you to save you. It's up to you to learn how to win the money game. And it's very simple, guys. It's mathematics. Okay? A fourth grader, fifth grader, sixth grader could learn how to win the money game. Because once you understand mathematics, is no way that you cannot win the money game. A child can learn how to win the money game, but as a throw math out the window, simple arithmetic, like 1 plus 1 equals 2, 10 minus 6 equals 4. This is the same way we attack the money game, okay? Numbers, okay? So, first of all, if you have, let's say, I'm going to use some round numbers, right? So, let's say a person has $100,000 of debt, okay? If they have $100,000 of debt that they want, whether it's consumer, medical, student loans, whatever, housing, the concept is the same. What we want to do, guys, is, and how I would attack this is to one, let's pick a timeline. How fast do you want to pay this off? Do you want to pay it off in 1 year? Well, that's a lofty goal, right? Most people can't pay that kind of money off in 1 year. But if you give yourself 3 to 5 years, you can pay this off with relative ease. And so here's the thing, guys, is we want to increase our income. And once we increase our income, guys, we want to begin to put money towards the debt that we owe. Okay, now this is going to sound really simple. This is going to sound really simple. But see, when we are emotionally charged, it's difficult for us to understand this because we feel so strongly about this. People break up because of money. People delay having kids, getting married, living the life of their dreams because they owe other people money. So okay, let's let's go back to the basics. Okay, let's say you owe $20. And let's say your job, and this is round numbers, and let's say your job pays you $20 a week, but you neglect to pay the $20 that you owe. I want you to start looking at it like this. If you owe $20, but you make $20 weekly, even if you don't pay the debt, you really don't have $20. You will only have $20 once you pay the lender. So, okay, let's say you owe $60,000 and you make $50,000 in a year. You are in the negative until you pay that money back. This is how we got to start to look at this. And then this will destroy the way that we look at the world, because we're trained to look at people based on what income, how much money a person makes. I mean, so many people in the Western world are so quick to tell a person how much money they make. But let's look at how much money do they owe if we want to talk about money. Most people are not debt free, and I'm not bashing anybody because I'm not debt free. But at this stage in the game, nothing is more important than me than becoming debt free. So my strategy towards becoming debt free is increasing my income. One, two, remaining healthy. Three, paying back on a monthly basis the money that I owe. Is that simple. Increase your income instead of buying other things, instead of taking trips, lower your expenses if you can, and pay back the money that you owe. And it's going to suck. Paying people back that you owe sucks, because the money that I'm working for is not really my money. Other people own my time. Your time is not your time. Unless you don't owe anybody anything, your time is not your time. Okay? Other people control your time. Okay? Do you want to have to call your boss or your job and say, hey, I can't, I blah, blah, blah? You get what I'm saying? No, you want to be able to control your time, control your life. You want to be able to wake up on a Monday and take a flight out of the country. You want to be able to go to your kids' baseball game, football game. If a loved one passed away, you want to be able to say, "Hey, I can't be at work today. I have to go be with my family." But if you are a debt slave and you owing money on your home, your light bill, your electricity bill, your phone bill, everything, everything is financed. You're going to feel trapped. Okay, you're going to feel trapped. And guess what? The lenders want you to be trapped. So you have to learn how to win the money game, guys. And that's by learning how to manage money. And it's simply numbers. When we're kids and we have $20, we want to spend the whole $20. Instead of saying, okay, how can I take this $20 to make $40? And it sounds simple when we talk small numbers. It sounds like, yeah, anybody could do that. Okay, if it's so simple, can you take $1,000 and turn to $10,000? And if you can you take $10,000 and turn to $20,000? And if you could do it, then most people wouldn't have a problem. But see, most people, that's not necessarily their problem. And I could speak to this. My problem wasn't really making money. My problem was I was like the lady in the video. I was so emotionally charged. I was so upset that I had to pay back student loans, that I owed money, that I just neglected it. And that's how most people live life. Avoidance, avoiding the issue. Face the issue. Face the elephant in the room. Say, hey, elephant, I don't like you. And I have to get you out of here so that I can live the life that I want. Get out of debt by paying back the debt. That's the short and sweet of it. If you are in debt, calculate how much it is, divide it by a certain amount of time, spend the rest of your existence in that time frame prioritizing debt. But most people don't do that. You make one payment, 3 months go by, you don't make another payment. Your friends want to go out of town. You're on Instagram looking at what your friends are doing. You're on Instagram looking at what everybody else is doing. Don't focus on what everyone else is doing. Focus on what you need to do. This is how you win the money game. If you have a college degree and you're in debt, How about developing those skills that you went to college for to pay back the debt? Do you know that most debt could be paid off in about 2 to 3 years? So imagine having debt stay over your head for 20 years when you could have finished this 5 years ago. Okay. And to all of my people that is wondering what is the play by play, let me give you a step by step. So the step by step is one, list every debt, credit cards, student loans, car loans. Include balances, minimum payments, and interest rates. Total it all up. You can't fix what you don't face. Let's say that again, guys. Total it all up. Add it up. You can't fix what you don't face. So, okay, I owe this much on my credit card. I owe this much in my student loans. I owe this much on my car loan. I owe this much on the medical bill. Include the balances, the minimum payments, and interest rates. Okay, total it all up because you can't fix what you don't face. Next, create a budget. You have to win this money game, you got to track every dollar in and out. Cut unnecessary expenses, subscriptions, eating out, drinking, smoking. If you have a marijuana habit, lighten up. If you have a drinking habit, lighten up. If you like Starbucks, buy some $7 coffee, make it at home. Temporarily reduce lifestyle to increase extra cash flow. Now, this is big for me, right? Because I like going overseas. All right, you can't go overseas. You can't go overseas 4 or 5 times this year, Brian. You have to buckle down and focus. That money that you spend going overseas, throw that towards the debt. Boom. If you like Ipsy and all these different makeup, whatever you're into, you know, if you like gaming, how about play the games that you have, throw some extra money towards the debt that you have. You would be $100 here, $400 here. That's $500. Okay. Build a mini emergency fund. Now, this gets controversial because for some people, they might say, like Dave Ramsey, he would say, hit the concept is what he was trying to teach us, you guys. Put $1,000 to the side for an emergency. Go pay your debt. Now, many people would say, well, $1,000 isn't enough. It's not supposed to be enough. No one can live off $1,000 in the United States of America, but it's something to have so that you can focus your attention on the bigger issue. All right. And this protects you from falling back into debt when life happens. I say create over a year period, create an emergency fund of around, for most people, at minimum $15,000. Now, you might do this in parts. So you have to focus on one thing at a time. Okay. Put a little bit to the side, focus on the debt. Put a little bit to the side, focus on the debt. You get a tax refund, maybe throw that in your savings. Okay. I mean, if you get $3,000 to $6,000, that's $3,000 or $6,000 that could go straight to your emergency fund. In 2 years, even if you're only saving your tax refund, you can have $10,000 saved just off your taxes. And this protects you from falling back into debt. So, one, face your numbers. Two, create a bare bones budget. Three, build a mini emergency fund. Four, figure out how you want to pay this stuff off. You got two choices. You could pay off the smallest debt first for quick wins. Oh, I owe $100 here. Boom, paid that off. Okay. Oh, I borrowed $20 from this person. Pay them back. Okay. Oh, I got a medical debt from the dentist. Let me pay that. Boom. Then you start going, okay, your student loans, usually student loans come from different people. So see which one is the cheapest. Pay that one off. Okay, I owe $15,000 here. Boom, pay the 15 off. That's 15,000. Okay, you owe another for another 20. Okay, first focus on the 15. A year from now, we're gonna double back to the 20. We're gonna walk it down, as we say in the South. You gotta walk this stuff down. Okay. Now, so that's the debt snowball, is pay off the smallest debt first for quick wins. The debt avalanche is pay off highest interest rate first to save money. Pick the one that keeps you motivated. Progress beats perfection. I repeat, progress beats perfection. Pay off the highest interest rate first to save money. Pick the one that keeps you motivated. Progress beats perfection. Okay. So, one, you can start off with the snowball, paying the smallest debt first, or the debt avalanche is pick the one with the highest interest rate and pay that one off first. Okay. So you're going to attack the bigger debt essentially. Okay. Now, number five is a big one. Increase your income. At some point, guys, it doesn't matter how much money that if you don't make enough money, and if you have a large bill, but you don't make enough money, you're not going to pay it off. So increase your income. If you're only making $2,000 a month, but your bills are $4,000, you need to find a way to make more than $2,000 a month. If you tallied up all of your debt and say, man, I would really like to pay an extra, like your $2,000 may cover your lifestyle, you know, and you might say, man, if I had an extra $1,000, I could put some money down towards my emergency fund and paying off debt. Find a way to make the extra $1,000. You have to learn to think. So you could start a side hustle, freelance, gig work, sell stuff. You can ask for a raise or switch jobs if possible. You could learn a new skill or a trade. I have a college degree and I have a trade. I use my trade more than I do use my college degree, but I'm not working in a typical setting to use my college degree. Why? Because I can make more with my trade in this current economy. Next, six, cut up the cards, literally or mentally. If you already got if you do manage to pay off your credit card, don't use it again until you learn some self-control. Use cash, debit, prepaid cards. Don't listen to these people on the internet telling you, "Hey, I use a credit card. I don't use my debit card." Hey, they might have a different situation than you. You can't follow everybody. This is one of the issues. You can't do what everyone else is doing. Next, track progress monthly. This is a big one. Guys, how about picking one day out the week every week to use a spreadsheet, an app, a debt tracker? Celebrate small wins. Stay accountable. Consider a group of friends, a family member, someone that you could trust that's not going to judge you. Next, guys, stay motivated with your why. Remember, debt freedom. Freedom to choose your life. Picture a life without bills. Picture a life where you don't have to get up and go to work and then all of your check goes to other people. Where you could travel, create, invest, not just in the stock market or something. You can invest in others. You can even retire early. Think about the people that you could help if you were able to help yourself. Once you can help yourself, then you can help others. You can't help anyone if you can't help yourself. Nine, become financially independent. Independent. Do you know what that? Huh? Independent. Become financially independent. It all starts with planting a seed, guys. After debt, freedom, shift to saving and investing. Learn how to stand on your own. But this all starts with changing your mind and the way that you think. And when you change your mind, listen, changed thinking is not automatic. It doesn't happen overnight, but change